So there's been a lot of fuss and commotion lately about Santorini and all the earthquakes that have been rocking the famous volcanic island in the Aegean Sea. And there's been talk of people who have been planning to go over to Santorini for their vacations, whether it's starting from the spring or summer, of possibly canceling out of concern that there could be a volcanic eruption, a big earthquake. So, what's actually going on? There have been literally thousands of earthquakes recorded on the island and nearby in the recent several weeks. A lot of people have left the island, that is locals, out of concern for, their kids are nervous going to school and with that sort of thing, with regular earthquakes happening on a regular basis, like 3.0, 4.0, even 5.0, and slightly higher on the Richter scale. There has been no real structural damage recorded, but obviously, when the earth keeps shaking, it's cause for concern. However, despite an official state of emergency that's still in place, people are kind of trickling back now to Santorini, and the seismic activity, which is mostly coming from these sort of undersea faults that are in between Santorini and the island of Amorgos, which we've also covered extensively here on Greek Column. That's where they're coming from, and it's sort of in a downward decline. So there's also the risk of a volcanic eruption is very slim. Yeah, it happens every thousands of years that there's a big one. There is a smaller volcano sort of in the vicinity that it's called Colombo that has some activity there, but it's nothing on the level of what you would think of when you think of the big Santorini eruption from I think 1600 BC. It is not necessary to put off a trip to Santorini. If you're planning one, go ahead and keep planning it. The cruise ships might be looking at alternative ports of call. That's sort of a story in progress. But as far as looking ahead to make reservations, it's probably a very good time to do that because people are going to be focusing now on other islands like Mykonos, Crete. But Santorini is really the star of the Aegean. And although there's a lot of great islands around it that we've also covered, Eos is another one. Santorini is going to be most likely in fit as a fiddle. Is there going to be occasional earthquake activity in the weeks and months ahead? Possibly, but it's the Mediterranean, and earthquakes are a fact of life in this region, and they have been for thousands and thousands of years. So that in and of itself is nothing really new.